everybody, and welcome to Racing from
Delaware Park.
Delaware Park. I'm Rich Glazier, and we're going to take a look at Saturday's races. And when I say Saturday's races at Delaware Park, you know there was one thing you didn't have to worry about: rain. Yeah, there's a hurricane somewhere, but it gets away from Delaware Park on Saturday, that's for sure. We had a beautiful day, sunshiny day, mild temperatures, just a nice day. However, it did rain here on Friday. I can't do anything about that. I'm good for one day a week, Saturdays. And it rained, I guess, enough to take them off the turf. And we were off the turf today, and that's going to provide us with some very short fields today. But there was, if you were yelling for turf racing, you had plenty. I think you had 11 at Kentucky Downs, 10 at Colonial, 8 at Louisiana Downs, 9 at Woodbine, and I could go on and on. So there is alternatives when we don't run on the turf, but it's a shame for our handle that we didn't run on the turf. So because of that, Bungie had no pick today. All that work he does and for no reason. But he's got one for Monday. Let's see if he'll tell us who it is. Bungie, I'm sorry you didn't have one today. Do you have one for Monday? You're on a one-race winning streak. He hates not to have a pick when he's on a streak. Sweet Sanibel. Sweet Sanibel is his horse for Monday. All right, Bungie, take tomorrow off. All right, that takes care of Bungie. Now it's time to get to the races. And this first race was originally scheduled for the turf. And you'll see what happened with the field when it was taken off the turf. Not many left, just 4. Scratch to 2, 3, 5, and 7. Blarp. There's a couple of old Bungie horses in there. The 5 Foldover was a Bungie winner. Blarp was a Bungie winner, but they didn't run. They wanted the they wanted the turf. Danji, who usually runs on the main track, was the 2-5 favorite. Here's John Kern with the opener that took place at 1:15.
And they're off. Looks like Posterity got away a bit awkwardly there. Toward the inside, Donji away well. Up on the outside, Secret, followed by Bob's My Uncle. And slow into stride was Posterity as they race into that first turn. On the front end, it's Donji by about 1.5 lengths. Up on the outside, Secret, Posterity toward his inside. Then 5 lengths further back to your trailer as they make their way around the bend. They've got just over 6 furlongs to go, and Donji leads it by about 1 3/4 lengths over Bob's My Uncle. It's about 3 lengths to Secret, same gap now to Posterity. Opening quarter in 24-1 as they straighten away. Donji by 1 length. Bob's My Uncle right there stalking in second. Now it's about 4 lengths further back to Secret and Posterity as they make their way down the backstretch. Donji in front, still by that same 1 1/4 over Bob's My Uncle's a patient second, it appears. Then a gap of 3 lengths to Secret and Posterity, advancing just a bit toward the inside. After a half and 49 seconds flat, very comfortable quarter there for your leader Donji as they race into the turn. Bob's My Uncle still right there. Then Secret and Posterity on the move. Now only about 2.5 lengths separates the field as they make their way around the far turn. Donji still in front, but here comes Bob's My Uncle and Secret. Posterity next in line with a quarter to go. Donji still leading him. The 6 furlongs goes in 1:14 flat as they turn for home with Donji well off the rail. Has it still by 1 length. Secret on the outside. Bob's My Uncle. Posterity racing fourth. A furlong to go, and Donji once again opens up 2 lengths on Bob's My Uncle, followed by Secret who's hanging, and Posterity not doing enough. It's going to be all Donji down the lane. Donji's holding on. Well ridden by Angel Suarez. Wins it by about 4. Bob's My Uncle getting second. Posterity third.
And no matter what the conditions, the first horse in the first race wins again. And in this case, it was the big favorite, Donji. He says, Donji could be related to Bungie. I don't know. What an angel. Angel Suarez aboard. He had a couple wins on Thursday. Starts the day off with a win here for Jorge Navarro, who had 2 wins here on Thursday also. Imaginary Stables and Glenn Ellis, the owners. excuse me, 280, 210, no show. Bob's My Uncle entered for the main track only, came in second with Chappie, $3. The Exact, the 760, no try, no superfecta. On to the second. This one had 1 mile, field of 6, and all 6 of them went. This is one of the biggest fields of the day, actually. And the 8-5 favorite was So Sublime. And here is John.
And they're off. Greek God breaks well toward the rail, goes for that lead, but So Sublime being hustled up by Angel Suarez to get on even terms with Greek God as they race into that first turn. Greek God on the inside now gives way to So Sublime, and So Sublime opens up a length and a half on Greek God. Discreetly placed next in line, Now We Are Free is going to be up there 3 wide around the bend. Stand Guard sits perfectly in that 5th spot, and the trailer is Little Leo as they make their way around the first turn. Opening quarter in 24 and 3, and on the front end it's So Sublime by a neck. Greek God toward the inside of Now We Are Free. Almost 2 to discreetly placed, another 2.5 to Stand Guard. Little Leo continues the trail about 7 or 8 lengths from front to back as they make their way down the back stretch. So Sublime now by almost a length over Greek God. Now We Are Free is right there in third. It's still 2 lengths to discreetly placed, followed by Stand Guard and Little Leo. They cut the half in 47 and 4, pick things up that quarter as they race into the turn. So Sublime on the front end now extends the lead over 2 over Now We Are Free. Greek God has dropped back. Stand Guard looking to move up on the outside of discreetly placed, and Little Leo continues at the rear. So Sublime in front by 3, but Stand Guard has rallied into that 2nd spot. Only one with a threat right now appears to be that one. As they reach the quarter-mile marker, they went to 6 furlongs and 112 flat as they turn for home with So Sublime in front by about 3.5 to 4. Stand Guard is trying to continue that rally. Then a gap of 3 lengths further back to discreetly placed. They're across the track battling for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. But right now it's all So Sublime and Stand Guard, the only one striking distance. So Sublime in front by 2.5. It's going to be So Sublime to hang on for the win. Stand Guard easily second best, followed by Greek God, who retakes that 3rd spot tight.
So the favorites win the first 2 races today. So Sublime does it with What an Angel. Angel Suarez sweeps the double. J. Kent Sweezy, the owner-trainer. $5.20, $3, $2.60. Stand Guard with Cedeno. $3.20, $2.20. Greek God with Edwin Gonzalez, $4. The Exact is $17. The Try, $64.60. Angel Suarez double, $8.40. Then we've got the Super with the 2, $75.70. Third race up next, and this one originally scheduled for the turf. Run on the main track at the same distance, 1 mile. Scratch Farcical, the 2, and also take out the 6, Champagne Horizon. So it's just a field of 4 ago. A 2 to 5 favorite was Holly's Lady. This would have been Bungie's race, the 3 he liked, but doesn't matter because it wasn't on the turf. Here's John Kern with the call.
The gate. Looks like they're set and they're off. Alin Azul breaks well, goes for that lead toward the inside. Senseless Drama. Holly's Lady moves up on the outside of Country Miss as they make their way into that first turn. Senseless Drama leads it by about a neck, but Alin Azul is going to go right with that when they're going at it head-to-head around the turn. And a gap of 3.5 lengths further back to Holly's Lady and Country Miss. They're paired off as they make their way around that first turn and in a spirited duel toward the front end. On the outside, Alin Azul now leads it by a half. Senseless Dramas trying to stay with her in second, opening quarter in 23 and 3 as they make their way down the backstretch. Then a gap of about 2.5 lengths further back to Holly's Lady and Country Miss next in line. Alin Azul now pulls clear by a clear 2 lengths over Senseless Drama. Holly's Lady moves up alongside, and Country Miss is your trailer as they cover the half in 47 and 2 and race into the turn. Alin Azul by 2. Holly's Lady toward the outside of Senseless Drama. They're now side by side, and Country Miss continues the trail about 4.5 lengths off that leader as they make their way around the turn. Alin Azul by 2. Holly's Lady now gaining some ground second. Senseless Drama's retreating, and Country Miss trying to pass that one at the back. But on the front end, it's still Alin Azul now pulling clear once again by 2.5 lengths over Holly's Lady. 5 more to Country Miss and Senseless Drama as they turn for home with Alin Azul cutting the 6 in 1:13.4. Leads it now by 3.5. Holly's Lady couldn't keep pace with her. 5 lengths further back to Country Miss. Not much is changing down the lane, and not much is gonna. It's all Alin Azul in command. Alin Azul, and Jose Betancourt picks up the ride and the win by about 7. Holly's Lady second best, followed by Country Miss and Senseless Drama.
Well, Bungie's horse was ready to roll, it looked like, but it doesn't count. But he wins easy. Alin Azul. If you bet on Betancourt, you won. Jose Betancourt for Jose Ramirez. Double Jose. And the owner, Ma Guadalupe Garibay and Emeterio Rodriguez. 1280, 340, no show. Holly's Lady with Bracho, 210. Exacta 2380. No try. The double 41. The pick 3 2860. And no super, of course. And that takes care of the third. And another distance race here, the fourth, a mile and 70 yards. And only one scratch to 3, Little Cat G. The favorite was Ragtop at 4 to 5. Here they go, 1 mile and 70 yards on the fast main track.
And they're off. Lady Brianna toward the inside. Ragtop right alongside of that one, vying for the lead. Rattle the Stars is moving up there. 3 across the track into that first turn. Misdriven is toward the inside, and your trailer as they make their way around the first turn. There goes My Girl. But they're well grouped there on the front end. Lady Brown on the inside, Ragtop on the outside. And now Rattle the Stars settles nicely in that third spot, 2 lengths off the dueling duo. Then a gap of over 3 lengths to There Goes My Girl and Misdriven now at the back. Opening quarter goes in 24 3 comfortable fractions as they reach the backstretch. Ragtop on the outside, Lady Brown on the inside. Rattle the Stars now moving closer in third. Then a gap of 3 to There Goes My Girl and Misdriven a length further back. As they move down the Delaware backstretch on the front end, now Ragtop pulls clear by 2 over Lady Brianna and Rattle the Stars, who are now heads apart in second and third. 4 lengths to There Goes My Girl and Misdriven the trailer. About 6 lengths off the leader. Cut in the half and 48 4 is Ragtop. Ragtop leads it by a neck. Lady Brianna and Rattle the Stars now applying some pressure, and now we have a trio across the track. It's about 4.5 lengths further back to There Goes My Girl and Misdriven. We still have a head-to-head competition on the front end for that lead. Lady Brianna, Ragtop, and Rattle the Stars. Now Rattle the Stars sticks ahead in front of Lady Brianna as Ragtop has dropped back a bit. Misdriven trying to rally in fourth as they turn for home. Rattle the Stars on the outside. Lady Brianna on the inside. 3 lengths to Ragtop, and Misdriven on the inside is making up some progress. They've got a furlong to go. Lady Brianna, Rattle the Stars. Misdriven looking for racing room. Has some run. Being hemmed in there by Ragtop, but it's Rattle the Stars in front and edging away. Rattle the Stars, Angel Suarez with a triple on the day. Ragtop getting up for second over Misdriven.
Rattle the Stars, rattle this field here for What an Angel. Angel Suarez, we've had 4 races. He's won 3 of them. This one was trained by a Hall of Fame trainer, Steve Asmussen, one of the winningest trainers in the game history. Toby Sheets, ZBS Thoroughbreds and Paradise Farms Corporation, the owners of Rattle the Stars. $7.60, $3, and $3. Ragtop with Edwin Gonzalez, $2.40 to $10. Misdriven with Paz, $3.20. The exact at $23. The try, $71.60. The double, $61.80. The pick 3, $163.50. Pick 4 to a $160, and again, no superfecta in that race. 5th race, this one was originally scheduled for the turf. Transferred to the main track, and everything scratched except the 5, 7, and 8. Live Fast Brown, the 8, was the favorite. With just a trio of them to go 1 mile on the fast main track.
And they're off. Even start for all three of them. Fiery Licks between horses. Up on the outside, Live Fast Brown. And down to the inside, Buster Von Trapp. But Live Fast Brown will lead him into that first turn. Live Fast Brown crossing over and getting the comfortable lead by about 2 lengths. Buster Von Trapp racing in second, and 2 more lengths further back to Fiery Licks as they make their way around the first turn. On the front end, it's Live Fast Brown by about 1.5 lengths. Buster Von Trapp edging closer now. Now it's 3.5 lengths further back to Fiery Licks as they straighten away. Opening quarter went in 25-1. On the front end, Live Fast Brown will try and control that tempo. Buster Von Trapp, though, not letting him get too far away. Then a gap of about 4 lengths further back to Fiery Licks, who continues the trail as they make their way toward the half-mile marker. Live Fast Brown leads it by a length with Buster Von Trapp edging a bit closer. Now it's about a 6 or 7 length gap to Fiery Licks, having trouble keeping up. Looks like we're down to a 2-horse affair right now as they make their way into the turn. Live Fast Brown and Buster Von Trapp will be in virtually a match race now. 10 lengths further back to Fiery Licks. Live Fast Brown leads it by a half. Buster Von Trapp is edging a bit closer. Far back to Fiery Licks. They cut the 6 furlongs in 13-3 as they turn for home. Live Fast Brown is led all the way. Buster Von Trapp is now making a bid for that lead. They're still head-to-head with a furlong to go. Live Fast Brown is not going away. Hanging in there gamely by a neck. Buster Von Trapp is still trying to go by. Live Fast Brown. Buster Von Trapp on the outside of him. Live Fast Brown. Buster Von Trapp. They're head-to-head. Live Fast Brown is doggedly holding on and will prevail by a neck. Buster Von Trapp second best. Fiery Licks third.
Live Fast Brown, the favorite, does it for if you bet on Betancourt, you won again. Jose Betancourt, his second win on the card. So Suarez and Betancourt dominating today with every win, every race. 3 for Suarez, 2 for Betancourt. This one was trained by Priscilla Nichols for Rapid Racing Stables, LLC. $3, no place, no show. The no exacta, no try, the double 30-40, the pick 3, 65-60. And of course, no soup for you. On to the 6th race we go, and 6 of them in this one. No scratches, and again, it's 1 mile and 70 yards. And a couple 5-2 shots here. Polygram and Fleetfoot Mac both went off as co-favorites. And here's the voice of Delaware Park with the call, John Kern.
And they're off. Showmeister toward the inside, breaks well, goes for the lead, followed by Polygram. Devastating move up on the outside, Perp on the far outside as they race into that first turn. Then comes Ringnecked and Fleetfoot Mac as they move into the bend. Showmeister, who likes to be on the front end, quickly opens up 5 lengths on the field. Polygram racing second, devastating move alongside. Ringneck the Gray toward the inside in fourth. Then Fleetfoot Mac and Perp is going to be caught 3 wide around that first turn. Opening quarter goes in 23-3, and Showmeister leads it by about 8 or 9 lengths now. Showmeister in a race by himself at this point. Polygram and Devastating Move are heads apart in second and third. Then it's a gap of 2 lengths further back to Ringneck, followed by Perp, and Fleetfoot Mac is at the back. As they approach the half-mile marker, it's still Showmeister in front. The lead is about 7 lengths. Devastating Move racing second as Ringneck moves up on the outside of Polygram. Then 2.5 to Fleetfoot Mac and Perp. They cover the half in 47-3, under a half mile to go. And it is Showmeister continuing to show the way, but the lead is quickly dwindled down to nothing as Devastating Move goes right on by, as does Ringneck. Showmeister is thrown in the towel, followed by Fleetfoot Mac, Perp, and also dropping back, it's Polygram. Ringneck easily goes to the front, has it by about a length. Devastating Move toward the inside, 4 lengths to Fleetfoot Mac and Perp as they turn for home, well off the rail. It is ring-necked in front by still a length over Devastating Move. 4 lengths further back to Fleetfoot Mac, followed by Perp. Furlong to go on the outside. Ring-neck getting out down the lane, but still leads it by almost a length. Devastating Move is gamely trying to fight back on the inside, but it is ring-necked and Augusto Marin to win this one. Devastating Move, a good second, followed by Fleetfoot Mac, and Perp rounds out the Super.
And the winner of race number 6 was none other than Ringneck. Despite bearing out in the stretch, still had a comfortable enough lead, and Ringneck wins it for a lot of gusto ridden there for Augusto Marin. He breaks up the Suarez Betancourt streak there. Marin wins this one for Mike Catalano Jr. and Crush Racing Stable. $10, $5.80, $3.20. Devastating Move with Mania, $5.60, $3.80. Fleetfoot Mac with Sedania, $2.80. Pretty good exacta there, $73. The try, $2.30, $6.80. The double, $16. The pick three, $79.40. And there was a superfecta in that one, $308.30. On to the lucky 7. 3 of them to go in here. What would have been a field of 11, well, actually 12, with 11 betting interests on the turf, turned out to be 3 horses on the main track. The 2, the 4, and the 8. The 8 was the big favorite at 1-2. And let's watch this trio go.
And they're off. Prevailing Party being hustled from the outside, but was outbroke by Miss Radar. Miss Radar now going to give way, it appears, to Prevailing Party, who's hell-bent on getting that lead, and will have it in the first turn. Miss Radar is eager to run toward the inside, and the trailer is Red Wagon as they make their way around that first turn. Prevailing Party, oh, Miss Radar is a handful of horsemen now trying to get out there around the bend. It appeared there. Moving into second was Red Wagon now, and Miss Radar has dropped back into third as they make their way around that first turn. Prevailing Party leads it now, has pressure from another one. Red Wagon on the outside. Miss Radar trying to be reined in there by Jockey Paz as they make their way down the back stretch. Opening quarter in 24-1 with Prevailing Party leading it by 3/4 of a length. Red Wagon is right there in second. Now it's about 3 lengths further back to Miss Radar as they make their way toward the half-mile marker. Prevailing Party on the inside, Red Wagon on the outside. 2 lengths to Miss Radar. All 3 still have a shot with a half-mile to go. The opening half went in 48 seconds flat as they make their way to the turn. They're hooked up on the front end. Prevailing Party on the outside, Red Wagon, and Red Wagon now has the advantage by a half. Prevailing Party's back in second, and Miss Radar is third. And round the bend they go, and Red Wagon appears to have Prevailing Party's number. Opens up by 3.5 lengths. Prevailing Party's been hard used since the get-go. Probably doesn't have much left by now, and Miss Radar racing third. The top of the turn, it's all Red Wagon right now by 4 or 5 lengths. Prevailing Party is not thrown in the towel. They're trying to battle back in second with Miss Radar third. They've got a furlong to go, and under a handride it appears. Red Wagon comfortably in front. Prevailing Party's trying her best, but no match today. It's all Red Wagon and jockey David Castillo drawing away down the lane. Actually not even used most of the length of the stretch. Red Wagon wins it by about 7 or 8. Prevailing Party second best. Miss Radar third.
Oh, I should have bet this one, because when I was 4 years old and my mother had another baby, he bought me a little Red Wagon. Well, he said he bought it. I don't know how I could never figure out how could a one-day-old kid buy a Red Wagon. But they said it was from him. And I bought it. Anyway, Red Wagon takes this one for David Castillo and Mary Pattershaw and Patricia Bosley. $5. No place, no show again. No exacta, no try. The double, 37. The pick 3, 25.40. The pick 5, though, still paid pretty over $1,000. 1,207.70. And no superfecta.
Claim!
Holy mackerel, a 3-horse field, and there was a claim. Are you sure?
Claim!
Yes, she's sure. Whatever it is sure. Prevailing Party was claimed by John Rigateri. Rigateri, the new trainer of that one. And that Brings us to the 8th and final. And it's the only sprint race of the day. So at least if you were here today, you got your money's worth. Saw them go around the track. Scratch the 6, Dangerous Hearted. Wow, late money came flowing in on the 4. Equus Novus went off at 1-9. Here's the nightcap.
And they're off. Slim breaks well, as does Arnina toward the inside. Equus Novus also going for that lead, and Equus Novus will get it. Up with the rail, that's Arnina racing in second, followed by Slim in third. No Honor No Deal up on the outside racing fourth as they make their way down the back stretch. And on the front end, it is Equus Novus, still by 3 parts. Up on the outside, Slim toward the inside, Arnina with the rail brushed by Fire, has a rail opening, kind of shoot on through there, followed by No Honor No Deal and Sam Book. Only about 3.5 lengths separates the bunch as they make their way to the turn. Equus Novus, though, now leads it by a clear 2 lengths over Slim under a drive in second. Brushed by Fire, rushed up there in third, now is flattened out a bit. No Honor No Deal is on the move on the outside of horses. Then comes Arnina, who's dropped back, and Sam Book, your trailer. With a quarter to go, Equus Novus in control right now, well off the rail, leads it by 2.5 lengths. No Honor No Deal rallies into second, followed by Slim toward the inside, Arnina. Furlong to go, well out to the center of the track. Equus Novus still leads it by 2. Toward the inside, it's Slim. No Honor No Deal followed a late rally from Sam Book, but it's Equus Novus drawing away. Equus Novus. And Augusto Mara will win this one. No Honor No Deal getting second, followed by Slim and Sam Book.
And the nightcap goes to the big favorite that got the late money, Equus Novus, with a lot of gusto, Augusto Marin for Mike Catalano. So that's a double for them. So Suarez won 3, Betancourt won 2, Marin won 2, and David Castillo won 1. That was the jockeys today in 8 races. 220, 210, 210. That was owned by Bing Cherry Racing Incorporated. No Honor No Deal was Solis' longest shot on the board. 24.80 and 9.40 makes for a good exacta. Slim with Cedeno. Nobody's ever called me that. 210. The exacta 60.80. The try 202.40. The late double 9.20. The pick 3 $24. Pick 4 just 23.20, and the super with the 7 243.30. And that wraps up a Saturday card of racing on a beautiful day. But with those races off the turf, I fear our handle took a hit. Am I correct? Indeed. 377,404. That's how much money was bet today on the races at Delaware Park. Bungie's got a horse for Monday. It's Sweet Sanibel. So hopefully we'll be back on the turf for Monday. There's Sweet Sanibel. And that will do it for tonight's show. Remember, it's on at 10 o'clock tonight, but it also comes on at 11, I've been told. So you can watch it twice if you want. And then you can watch it Tuesday night also. So I should try to look prettier on Saturday nights. That's hopeless. Thanks for watching, everybody, and good night.
Delaware Park.